Ladies and gents, it's just about 4 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. I have to drive today about 510 miles in my 2022 Chevrolet Bolt EUV. This is the first time since I bought this vehicle in August that I actually have to take it on a journey where I have to rely on public charging stations. That's what this video is going to be. Wow, the pegboard is making me dizzy. That or I just woke up, one or the other. Well, I did just wake up. I was using this little jar here as a tripod for the GoPro, and staring at this pegboard was actually making me dizzy. Now the car is fully juiced up. I have a middle range of about 292 miles. We know the car's EPA estimated range is about 247. So this is gonna require at least 2, if not 3 charging stops. Right now it's very dark outside. The GoPro is not gonna film well, so I will catch up with you once the sun rises. We are 127 miles into the state of Pennsylvania. We left my house at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's currently 6:05. We have about 112 miles left on our middle range there on the battery, and we're gonna be pulling up on a Sheetz location that has DC fast chargers in about 3 miles. I really didn't prepare all that much for this journey as far as where to charge. All I did was hop onto my Chevrolet app. I put in my final destination point and it showed me the 3 spots I should charge. This first spot is about a 30-minute charge that it recommends, and then that will get me to the second location, and then to the third location, and then that will get me to my final destination. This drive, I think, was about 7 to 7.5 hours, and it, according to the app, it was about 2 hours 10 minutes of charge time. So, you know, obviously I could push the envelope and go further. I have 112 miles left, but we're just gonna follow what the app said to do. Now, I don't have the visual for you, unfortunately, with the app. You'll just have to take my word for it. There are also a number of other sites you can go on or apps you can use to kind of generate, you know, your route or your plan for your road trip in an electric car. All right, here is the Sheetz here on the right. We're gonna pull in and it's closed. Oh, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Is it possible that the My Chevrolet app sent me to a location that's not even finished being built yet? That'd be great. You gotta be kidding me. So remember when I said I didn't do much research in this? I probably should have scrolled up on the app. If I go to the My Chevrolet mobile app, it gave me this location, right? And I never even read that it said status unknown. And if you look, there's photos of like construction equipment. I just cross-checked that with PlugShare, and PlugShare has a little wrench here, and it says that starting January 23rd, these are going to be under construction because they're renovating and redoing the whole store and the whole location. So this was actually my error, and now I'm going to have to figure out how to correct my error. Now, the benefit of the app was it sent me to a charger location when I still had plenty of battery left. So I still have 114 miles of range to go. That should be more than enough to get me somewhere that has a charger. I was on the phone trying to figure out what to do. I looked over my shoulder and there's actually a Chevrolet store right here. So I don't know if they have charging, but we're gonna find out. Yes, they do. We have a problem on our hands. I'm at Bloomsburg Chevrolet. This charger needs to give you access to charge. I downloaded the app, I requested access, does not work. I wonder if I open an account. No go here at the Chevrolet store. I just checked out this whole EV Connect system here. I downloaded the app, I started an account, I put a credit card on file. I did all that figuring once I scanned the barcode on the machine, it would just charge me to charge. It doesn't. The location here has to grant you access to actually use the charger. There was a little note on the app that said that could take several hours. Please find another charger to avoid wait times. Already I can see how the average person, more than the average person, like 99% of the people would already be frustrated with this. You know, I have all day to get to my location, so I just gotta figure out where to go and where to charge. I'll figure it out, but yes, when you're looking to push people to EV, this right here will put the kibosh on the whole thing. But look at here, across the street, we have a GMC store, so we might as well see if they have a charger over there and what that situation is. We'll compare Alexander GMC to Bloomsburg Chevrolet. Their charger's right over here. It is also an EV Connect. There's cars blocking it. It's the same system as the other dealer. They got these big zip ties on here, so I don't want to cut those and take them off. The cord's not going to reach my car because we got cars parked here. So this one also is a no-go. I'm going to pull into this McDonald's. I'm going to use the restroom. I'm going to get a coffee, and I'm going to figure out what I got to do. Back on the road. We got a coffee, we got a breakfast sandwich, and we got our next destination, a different Sheetz location, which is 92 miles away. And I have 92 miles minimum on my gauge, 113 average. So we're just gonna hop back on the highway, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna make sure we get there. We're gonna roll in on next to no battery. Had I looked at the app and saw that that location was under construction, I wouldn't have gotten off the highway. I would have stayed, and I could have gone right to that location. I think I said earlier something to the effect of I could have stretched it to the next one, but rather than do that, I would stop here. I should have just done that, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's slightly confusing. It's definitely a tremendous amount more planning that really should be done before you hop on the road. And that's just based on the couple little hiccups that I just had. You know, going to a location that was under construction, it wasn't working, and in 2 dealerships where I did not have access to plug in, even if I wanted to swipe a card and pay, you know? So anyway, back on the highway, I'll keep you posted. We have 80 miles to drive, and if you look at the gauge here, we're currently trending a little higher than the 99 miles on the mid-range, 81 on the low end, you know, so I am definitely going to stretch the battery as far as possible to make it to this next location. I did find a level 2 charger sort of in between where I'm going and where I am now, so if I notice that those ranges are getting a little too tight, because right now it looks like I'm gonna give myself at least a 10-mile buffer. If it gets a little too tight, I can stop. I really don't want to stop at a level 2 because I'm going to sit there and it's not going to give me that much juice. Those give you like 25 to maybe 30 miles in an hour. I don't want to mess around with that. I want to get to the DC fast charger where I can get to, you know, 80% in 30 to 45 minutes. So that's the ultimate goal. I'm keeping my speed down to like 62, 63, 65, you know, and this is where it does become a bit of a headache. A headache is what I'm calling this, right? And it is a headache. I'm not stressed. I'm confident the car will make it to my next destination. I did turn the climate control off. Now it's like 55 degrees out at the moment, so I really don't need climate control. I turned the screen off, and I'm gonna obviously get down to the bare minimums here, hopefully arriving at my destination with about 10 miles to spare. That's something that I'm confident in doing because I've been driving an electric car for the last 4 years, right? So I have had some experiences with the battery, and really personally just testing the battery and seeing how far you can go and what warnings do you get and stuff like that. So I'm confident in doing this. I'm also in it for the experience for this particular trip, in that if I have any sort of an issue, like, it is what it is. But for people on like a road trip, driving cross country and stuff like that, I mean, this would be a challenge. And I'm not saying that to like influence the fact that things might be a little bit more difficult or getting used to with an electric car. This car does not charge all that fast on a DC fast charger. A lot of the newer cars coming out charge much quicker. So you will reduce the time you're at a charger. You know, there are plenty of chargers out there. It just seems like in this spot of Pennsylvania, there's like a gap where there's a whole section of really nothing except a bunch of level 2s. You know, a level 2 charger is just not what you're gonna wanna use on a road trip. You need a DC fast charger. The only concern I'm actually having is the elevation changes. I don't know what kind of terrain, you know, as far as climbs and descents we're gonna have. Like, we've been climbing for a while. As you can see on our trending bar there, the little yellow bar on the left side is trending down. So we're trending to like 59 miles of range left. We got 59 miles to go. So, you know, this is gonna be a nail biter. The more uphills I have, the more that's gonna drop. So I need a couple of downhills where we can coast and we can, you know, obviously not use as much battery, and we can gain some miles where we actually pick up some energy. Hopefully that happens. If it doesn't, we're cutting it closer, because right now I just lost my 20 mile, call it 10 mile buffer. Everything is uphill. It's nuts. I am now in a 2 mile deficit. I have 47 miles to go, and I'm trending 45 miles of range left on the battery. And then when it climbs up, you turn the corner and it climbs even higher and steeper. Quick update for you. The good news is we've been going downhill. We have 37 miles to our destination. We have 37 miles on the minimum range, but you can see now that trending bar has been moving more towards the middle, towards that 46 range. So like I'm right on the cusp. I should get there unless I hit any major uphills. You know, I think I'll be rolling in just in the nick of battery time. It's absolutely amazing how your mood can change, right? I'm climbing those hills, I'm watching my range go down the toilet, and I'm thinking like, I'm never gonna make it, this is gonna be bad, but it'll be good for the video. And then I hit the downhill, and the downhill is, I'm still going downhill. Right now I'm trending about probably 50 miles of range left. I have 33 miles to go. You know, unless I hit a major uphill, I'm confident now, definitely I will make it. And I went from being like a little tense, a little tight, to like now I'm like, okay, cool, let's throw some tunes back on and let's relax, because we're gonna make it. Just as I got excited and was smiling, my gauge just went orange, letting me know my battery is low. Trending 37 miles right now, I got 26 miles to go. I just hopped off the highway. We're on a secondary road to get to where the charging location is. This is one of the problems with electric as well. Listen, we know gas is faster, it's quicker, and it's more frequent, right? I must have passed, you know, 20 different gas stations on the highway where you can duck off an exit, go right to the gas station, fill up, and be back on the highway. Here, I gotta get off the highway. I gotta go what's gonna probably be about 15 miles out of the way. Although I'm still moving in the general direction I need to go, I just gotta come south of Route 80 to get to the charger and then swing back up north to Route 80. So, you know, it's definitely something that's a little more inconvenient than, obviously, it's not a little more inconvenient, it's way more inconvenient than gas. We're about 6 miles out and we're trending about 13 miles left on the range. We'll make it, we'll be there. Now, the only problem is if we got there and for some reason the chargers weren't working, I don't know what to do at that point. I imagine you just take the plates off the car and leave the car there, because at that point you would truly be stuck. Propulsion power is reduced. That's a message that comes up when you get towards the end. That's going to limit how you can accelerate. Now I'm still doing 67 miles an hour. I can still hit the throttle and I can still accelerate, but it's starting to do things to help reduce power and extend as long as, you know, as long as it can. Also, our orange gauge there just went to blinking, but again, no worries. We're 5 miles out and I had 11 miles before it disappeared on me, so I know I'll be fine. If you notice, I'm very positive, right? I know I'm gonna make it. I keep putting the positive vibe out there. This way, you know, you will it to happen. You know, you will yourself some more battery power. This is our exit. We are 0.9 miles away, so we're close. And like I have been saying for the last 100 miles, we'll make it. The Sheetz is right over here across the street here. I just got to go through this light and make a left. I would be lying to you if I told you I didn't have a little bit of a pounding heart at the moment. You know, just hoping that when I pull up to the chargers that they are functional and available. I already see them. There's 4 of them there. They're lit up green with some nice neon. That was no doubt a bit of a nail biter. You know, it was unexpected. It was my own error that I didn't look at the app and see that those chargers at that station were actually under construction. In any event, I did drive 225 miles on that single charge. When I plugged in here, I had 3% battery remaining. The estimated EPA range is 247 miles per battery charge. So whatever 3% of that is, add it to the 225, and that's pretty much what I got out of the car, somewhere probably in the 230s. You know, so the car did what it should. I was in New Jersey and into Pennsylvania, so I had a lot of hilly terrain, a lot of ups and downs, things like that. It was primarily all highway speeds, around 65 to 70. And, you know, the car did what it should. Right now I'm plugged into this Electrify America charger. It was super easy. You plug the car in first. It recognizes the vehicle. You then, in this case, I'm not a member of Electrify America, so I just scanned a credit card. It's charging me, I think, 19 cents a minute. I'm up to $3.23 at the moment. I've been charging here 18 minutes while I'm waiting, because I'm gonna juice this up, you know, for the next part of this journey, because I still have how much time do I have left? I still have another 270 miles to go. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to edit the first portion of this video and see if I got any content that's actually pretty good along my journey this morning.